Okay, can everyone hear me now? Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Adeline. Shout out to Luna. Thank you, Annalise. Shout out to Annalise. Shout out to Elijah. Shout out to Markellius. Shout out to Amaya. Shout out to Arliv. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Ryan. Shout out to Blaine. Shout out to Luan. Shout out to Everly. Shout out to Lizzie. Shout out to Adeline. Shout out to Luna. Shout out to Ari. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to... Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Shout out to Moda. Shout out to Ruben. Shout out to Lily Lovers. Shout out to Avisha. Shout out to Aiden. Shout out to Allison. Shout out to Ismaela. Shout out to Lily Loves. Lily Loves. Is it braids? Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Arsalan. Shout out to Ava. Shout out to Zaya. Shout out to Media. Shout out to Sarah. Shout out to... Bye, Zaya. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to Riker. Shout out to Jace. Shout out to Alessia. Shout out to Alexa. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Avery. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Carter. Shout out to Serenity. Shout out to Victoria. Bye, Riker. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to Michaela. Can everyone hear me? Can you put a yes or no if you can hear me? Okay, thank you, Amaya. Shout out to Amaya. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to Elena. Shout out to Nella. Shout out to Michaela. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Alice. Shout out to Nael. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ayush. Welcome back, Riker. Shout out to Claire. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to Isaiah. Shout out to Cooper. Shout out to Ellie. Happy birthday. Shout out to Maddie. Shout out to Jasmine. Shout out to Kathy. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to Journey. Shout out to Mary Grace. Shout out to Kinley. Shout out to Joelle. Shout out to Evie. Shout out to MG. Shout out to Sarada. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Avisha. Shout out to Dan. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Kason. Shout out to Lorelei. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Ismaili. Shout out to Cadence. Shout out to Rowan. Shout out to Mason. Shout out to Christopher. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Clay. Shout out to Keaton. Shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Addison. Shout out to Jaden. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying the live stream. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Shout out to Addie. Shout out to Weston. Shout out to Brielle. Shout out to Luann. Shout out to Piper. Shout out to Titus. Shout out to May. Shout out to Anna. Shout out to Casey. Shout out to Max. Shout out to MJ. Shout out to Shiloh or Shiloh. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Brayden. Shout out to MGS. Shout out to Mary. Shout out to Blake. Shout out to Bri. Shout out to Laura. Shout out to Jaslyn. Shout out to Kalis. Shout out to Hadley. Shout out to Betsy. Shout out to Kaylee. Shout out to Cooper. Shout out to Jose. Shout out to Angeline. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to these people. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. On to the next page. Thank you so much for being here. I live stream every day around the same time as this. Write your name in the chat if you want me to shout you out. Also, check out my channel. I post other content. My channel is NessDIYcorner. if you're interested, I also post tutorials like these. I do greeting cards on YouTube Shorts. If you want to support my channel, check out also the YouTube Shorts section. I would truly appreciate it. I do a lot of greeting cards for birthdays and holidays as well. Do this as well, and then I also I recently made this one, or like posted this one. So it's like this little birthday card. It's a little birthday message. If you want to look up the tutorial, check out my channel on YouTube Shorts. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Dennis. Oh no, this marker ran out. Shout out to Hajira. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to April. Shout out to Evelyn. Shout out to April. Oh, I already put April. Shout out to Shauna. Shout out to Nicole. Shout out to Fulton. Shout out to Diana. Shout out to Sarita. Shout out to Avisha. Shout out to, is it Rivera? Shout out to Alani. Shout out to Hail Mary. Shout out to Ellie. Shout out to Isaac. Oops, I messed up. Shout out to Angela. Shout out to Rada. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Hunter. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Austin. Shout out to Isa. Shout out to Andrea. Shout out to LB. Shout out to Andrea. Oh, I already put on Andrea. Oops. Shout out to Nija. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Anaya. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Canelo. Shout out to Taryn. Shout out to, thank you Sarita, thank you for your support. Shout out to Alani. Shout out to Murray. Shout out to Usher. Shout out to Ava. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Paisley. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to Havens. Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Demos. Thank you for subscribing. Shout out to Zerlin. Shout out to Sailor. Shout out to Genesis. Shout out to Manuel. Shout out to Skylar. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to May. Shout out to Ness. Shout out to June. Yes, you can check out my channel. My face is on there. Shout out to Anne. Shout out to Julia. Shout out to Wesley. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Michi. Is it Michi? I'm not sure. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Macy. Shout out to Mia. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to James. Shout out to Rila. Shout out to Mari. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Mesa. Shout out to Lydia. Shout out to Mila. Shout out to Linnea. Shout out to Henry. Shout out to Dash. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Shout out to Sloan. Shout out to H. Tet. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Yadana. I'm so sorry. Shout out to Aubrey. Shout out to Pink Moon. Shout out to Adeline. Shout out to Angie. Shout out to Gary. Leave a like if you're enjoying the live stream. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Tatum. Shout out to... I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. Let me spell it first. Shout out to Guxi Pramelia. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Larry. Shout out to Virginia. Shout out to Bella. Shout out to Emma. Shout out to Miss Connie. Shout out to Mr. Putz. Shout out to Christian. Shout out to these people. I have to go somewhere. I will live stream again in maybe like 1 or 2 hours. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking the time to write your name. I will see you all soon. If you want to subscribe so you know when I'm gonna live stream again. Thank you so much. I will see you all very soon.